Good evening, Eurovision people. What's up? My name is Sean, and on my channel, I talk about all things Eurovision. It is live stream number 4. I cannot believe we have 3 live streams behind us, and two of them ahead of us. Eurovision season is about to finish very soon. I don't know how that makes me feel, but we should enjoy it while it lasts. What are we talking about today? Semi-final 2, second half. So we're going to go through Latvia, San Marino, Georgia, Belgium, Estonia, Norway, and the Netherlands. And as always, these live streams are fun. These live streams are an opportunity for us to enjoy the fact that we are Eurovision fans. So what do? Pull up a drink. Pull up a drink, anyone who's watching. Am I the only one drink? Oh, no.
No, of course not.
3 out of 4.
We got the memo. We got the memo.
4 out of 4. Fantastic.
Cheers, everyone.
It's fine. It's a drink. It's a drink. As usual, we will be doing these live streams every Wednesday. We have been doing them for the last 3 Wednesdays, and we've got 2 more to go. So put it on your calendars. Come and watch us. Come and interact with us. Come and talk to us. Talk about Eurovision. My content is free. Subscribes are free. These live streams are free. They are honest. So make sure you want to come and watch us. Tonight, I am joined by 4 lovely faces once more, 2 of which you know very well. And we have a newbie. I'm going to start with Isaac from the UK, representing ESCBubble. Good evening, Isaac.
Hello. Thanks,
Isaac. You are so welcome. And I would like to thank you for being here, even though you're sick. So we appreciate. Becca, down from Malta. Leila Taiba.
Leila Taiba.
How is life in Malta?
Well, same old same.
How does it feel to walk in the streets of Malta after you slagged Malta off in last week's live stream? Do you get shelled? Do people recognize you and they say,
unfortunately not yet.
Tomatoes are not flying.
Still waiting for it.
And to my south of this little window, EPIXEUROVISIONGUY, representing EPIXEUROVISIONGUY from Estonia through Husavik, Iceland. How do you say? Tere Ochtust?
Tere Ochtust, or in Icelandic, Golden Dain. So,
Golden Dain.
Welcome from Iceland, south from you in this video, but north from you in reality. Greetings again, and happy to be here.
We are happy to have you too, and we are happy to have so many of you watching. Comment, subscribe. Like I said, we have tons more content coming, and come and talk to us in the live chats. Come and interact with us. We will shout you out. We will reply to your comments, questions, whatever you want to tell us. We are here to listen to it. I'm going to start with the big news today. The big news. No one really cares, but I guess I'm going to Eurovision. I'm going to be in Copenhagen for a few days. This is going to be my first Eurovision.
Both of our first Eurovisions, yeah.
Right. Isaac, this is your first Eurovision too?
I saw a preview show at Liverpool last year, but
you are in Liverpool.
First live show this year.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Well, here we go. I won't be watching semi-final 2 though. I will be talking about semi-final 2 tonight. And let's kick things off in the second half with Latvia. And Isaac, you are our special guest, so I'm going to give you the floor. What are we thinking of Hollow by Dons?
Yeah, I think this is great. I think it's underrated by the fans, to be honest. Every performance he's done has been on point. He's a lovely guy. His vocals are great, and I really hope this qualifies, but it's looking like it might not. I don't know if it will stand out enough on stage. It is visually at least, it's fairly standard stuff we see at Eurovision, but it is a strong song, and yeah, I hope this does better than people expect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on. I want Latvia to qualify every year. I think anyone who's even before my YouTube channel existed, I was always Team Latvia at Eurovision. I remember 15-year-old me climbing on the walls of my mother's bedroom when Aminata qualified in Vienna. And I haven't really had that celebration ever since because I didn't really like the song that qualified the year after. Last year, I was holding my heart out for Sudden Lights, and they almost made it. This year, this isn't a bad song, but to be honest, this is nothing special. And I feel like I've lost my Latvian fanboy status a little bit. Remember, Bex, when we were in Madrid last year in pre-party, yes, I met Sudden Lights, and I told them every year I say Latvia's qualifying, and they don't. So this year I said Latvia's not qualifying, and they told me, thank you for the prayer.
Yes, they did.
But yeah, good times. But this, I don't know. This one is very mid. I mean, he has great vocals, Dons, but how many times have we heard that story at Eurovision? You know, great vocals, but a mid song. Claudia Faniello, 2017. She had a great voice, great fan base in Malta, but the song wasn't there. And I feel like that's the case here. I feel like it could have been saved if it was in Latvian, to be honest. I think the emotion maybe could have been more raw, but I don't see it for Latvia this year. I'm sorry. Eka, what do you think?
Well, I tend to agree with you, Sean, and that doesn't happen very often, does it? I mean, I'm not particularly keen on this song. I mean, it's also, I gave it my last point today, like the last place. Sorry. I mean, I've heard this song like only for Eurovision. I mean, I heard it once, twice, but it hasn't really done much. And honestly, I don't think they will qualify. And it doesn't really do much for me. I mean, I try to like hear the song, try to appreciate it more, but it's just not my type of kind of music. So I don't think like it will do well also with other people, also with other countries. Keeping in mind what there is in semifinal too.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I think if this song was in semifinal 1, I think it would have had greater chances of qualifying.
Yeah.
This semi is stacked, right?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think. This would have had a better chance, but unfortunately, it's in semifinal 2. ESTON, very quickly, what do you think of Hollow?
Basically, everything has been said. Great vocals. I think with the juries, it might qualify quite easily, but with the televote only, I don't see a way through, especially with this running order being very early in an extremely tough half of the semifinal.
Yeah. Latvia, what can I say? I think that Latvia needs to start producing for Eurovision. Like, come on now. We have it all televote semifinals. Can we get something a little bit more authentic, maybe? Can we? I'm just gonna leave it at that. LTV, hear me out. Moving on to San Marino. I actually wanted to try to remember the melody of the song, but I didn't manage. ESTON. What are we thinking about? Megara.
There are no bad songs in this half of the semifinal, but San Marino is by far the weakest. I don't hate it by any means, but do I listen to it? Do I really? No. And if it comes on, it's not even fully enjoyable. It's too messy. The visuals are messy. The audio is messy. Everything there's just unpolished. It sounds like a demo, and I don't know. Arcadia in Benidorm was a lot better, but even with that, I don't know if they would have made it through in the semi. It's tough for San Marino, but at the same time, many artists from other countries are willing to come and help them out. So maybe just try to invite more bigger names and artists who actually have better songs as well. this this will not qualify. I don't see a way through. If San Marino didn't qualify with Stripper, this has no chance at all. And yeah, sorry, it's not my genre. It definitely will have some fans, but not enough.
It definitely has lots of fans in Spain, but I don't know about ones in the United Kingdom. Isaac, what do you think about San Marino this year?
Yeah, I think this is just clearly going to not qualify and probably come last in the semi, to be honest. I mean, the very first time I heard this song, it was actually the first San Marino song because I listened to all the 100 and however many songs there were in San Marino. This was the first one I did, and I thought this is the most average thing I've ever heard. Didn't stand
Wait,
out.
did you actually listen to all of the songs in Una Voce per San
Yeah,
Marino?
all 139 or whatever there were.
Wow.
How many of them were actually like decent?
2 or 3.
Oh wow!
I think I saved 7. So yeah.
Were there any that would have possibly qualified?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you watched the San Marino final, but they
I watched only the final.
They had some good songs there. Like there were 2 or 3 that would have done okay. But this is just
I like the band with the accordion. I forgot the name of the song. Last year they had a song called Fuoco e Benzina.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
I know which one you're referring to.
Yeah, I like them, but I think San Marino had one option and they didn't pick it.
Yes, amen to that.
Yeah.
Rebecca, it's your turn to speak, so you can tell us who that
Well,
option was.
Well, I think that Loredana Berger should have represented San Marino. I mean, not everyone can appreciate Loredana Berger's music and taste, but I definitely do. I admire that woman, and plus she wanted to piss off her ex-husband in Sweden, and hands down to that. I mean, for me, it was a clear choice for San Marino. They had to send Loredana Berger, but then they said Megara, and I'm like, So, and I don't think San Marino is gonna go through. It's on the same level of Latvia. It is not my genre to listen to, and I mean they might have some fans from Spain, but in reality, I don't think they're gonna have fans support from any other country. So, I definitely don't see this song going through. On the other hand, if they had Loredana Berger, maybe they would have gone through the final. Who knows?
Unlike Loredana Berger, Megara can actually sing, so no.
Don't offend Loredana Berger. No.
Listen.
Have you heard the live vocals?
Of course. I mean,
they're horrendous.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Come on now. I mean, they're not perfect, but Megara Kenzie, the lead singer, she is not 73 years old, for the love of God. I'm not saying that just because she's 73, Loredana Berger, she's allowed not to be able to
doesn't get a
sing.
pass.
No, she doesn't. But her voice is obviously 73 years old. It's a 73-year-old voice. So it's going to sound a little bit raspier than...
I'm not talking about raspiness. I'm talking about not hitting the notes that she should. But
I think you're confusing her with Nebulosa.
We'll get to that at some point.
We'll get there. We'll get there in exactly 7 days. And anyone from Spain who's watching next Wednesday, Nebulosa, we're going to be talking about them. Here's a spoiler. Yeah, all of you guys said what I would have said about San Marino. Loredana Berger, I think I'm not sure if she would have qualified, because I genuinely cannot see. Like I think the distance between 10th and 11th in the semi-final, in terms of my predictions at least, is very. There's a distance, and I'm not sure if Loredana Berger would have found a place, but I definitely think they would have had a chance. I think Megara are just gonna get 12 points for Spain, and that's it. That's it. And 12 points is not gonna get you to the final. Just 12 points. The song is messy, as you said. And I don't think this helps. This doesn't help San Marino's national final, which is, in my opinion, a really good format for a country that's never had the national final before this. The final, I watched it. I thought it was better than most countries' national finals. I think it was better than Malta. I think it was better than Ireland. I think it was better than Czechia. Probably better than Moldova. And this is coming from a country with 33,000 inhabitants. So I do think they really, really have potential going for them. But we just need to pick someone who can take us to the final, so we can have more faith in Una Voce per San Marino, because this isn't doing it. And honestly, its position in the running order I don't like, because we started this live stream with 2 songs that we are kind of a little bit like, you know, we want the excitement. We want the excitement. But the excitement is coming right now, because we got to put out the fire. We got to fight the fire. And we're going to talk about Georgia. And I'm going to kick it off just to get this out of the way. I think this is a great song from Georgia this year. It's got ethnic, it's got pop, it's got great vocals. I feel like it checks a lot of boxes that I don't think in this day and age many Eurovision songs do, even if we like them. I really, really like this. And I wasn't even trying to like this. Like, when it was released, I just found myself playing it and streaming it all over again. Darko Dimitrov, the songwriter, he never misses a shot, with the exception of Vladana and Breed, which wasn't a horrible song. It's a pity Irvin's not here tonight, because he would have said a lot of stuff about Vladana and Breed. But no, I like that this is an Eastern European team. You know, Darko, he's a Macedonian songwriter. They've got an Albanian lyricist in the songwriting team as well. And, you know, in a day and age where we are fed up to our teeth with songwriting propaganda monopoly from Sweden, I love that this is an Eastern European show-off. I like that it's not, you know, Western Europe trying to westernize Eastern European countries. I do have one note. I think Nutsa, this is the gig of her life. She's been trying to get to this point forever. She's obviously very excited, and she does need to compose herself a little bit, because I did notice in the pre-parties the choreography and the dancing and the vocals are a little bit too calculated, a little bit too desperate in parts. And it could easily come across as desperate. I'm not saying it is. That's all. I just need her to calm down and focus on her craft and just make it to the final. I think this is qualifying. Isaac, what do you think about Georgia?
Yeah, I mean, are we talking about personal taste or predictions? In both cases, I think it's top 10. But weirdly, this semi is so strong that in my personal rankings, I only just have it qualifying, because there are too many others that I like more. But no, I think this will do a lot better than people expect. I think it's sort of it's very reminiscent of like classic 2010s Euro dance pop songs, where the dance break was something that everyone loved, and I feel like this is very reminiscent of that, and I wouldn't be surprised if it came top 10 in the final, to be honest. I think this will do really well, and I think when we see the staging, it will definitely go up in the odds. I like it a lot. It's not in my personal top few, but I do still hope this qualifies, and I imagine it will do a lot better when we see what she has on stage.
I'm really surprised you like it. I don't know why.
Just a quick question. Do you think this will have like a Fuego type of jump in the odds?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm expecting. I mean, maybe not that much, but something like that, yeah.
Wow. I would love to see that. I'm not sure if that will happen, to be honest. Purely because of the performances I've seen at the pre-parties. I mean, she sounds great. Everything is good. It just feels a little bit too Eurovision, in the sense that it's too planned, too calculated, too maybe overthought in some point. I'm talking about the performance here. I just needed to feel a little bit more, like if we're talking about Fuego, that performance felt like Eleni Foureira walked out of her studio and into the Eurovision stage with no kind of planning, or she made it seem effortless. This is not giving me the effortless vibe that I like. But Becca. Is
I
she giving you
complete-
the effortless vibe? This is your number one in this half, right?
Yes, it is. I mean, I completely agree with all what you guys just said. I mean, I love the ethnic vibes, and honestly, I can't wait to see how this is gonna all come together on stage. I mean, I'm expecting the same kind of like fuego vibes like that Elena Ferreira gave us. So I'm hoping that her confidence is on maybe not on the same level, but maybe close to that. And I only heard her singing like through the pre-party S, and I liked her vocals, so I think she has the potential of actually sending Georgia to the final, and I really hope they actually like get like a good place in the final. If not winning, I'm not expecting for them to win, definitely not,
Oh my god, no.
but at least with the top 10. I would love to see Georgia on the top 10, so I'm definitely rooting for her, and I do feel like a firefighter singing
Wow.
to the sing.
Put her in a suit and give her a fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher.
She feels like a firefighter. Wow, I'm really happy to know that both of you are expecting great stuff for this. Me personally, I will jump when Georgia makes it out of the grand final because I do feel very nervous still because
Out of
I
the
love this
grand
song so
final?
much. Sorry, out of the semi-final. um,
Out of
But
the
top
grand
10?
final would be winning and going to Tbilisi.
right? No, but I think I would love to see this in the top 10. I would love if the performance is right, but I can see this coming maybe 15. Me personally.
It's one of the
ESTON.
few songs this year where I think the juries and televote will support it a lot, because most songs this year I think will put off one or the other.
Yeah, I could see that. ESTON, very quickly. What are you thinking about Nutsa?
I like it. I really like it.
Me too.
Of course. Why
I
do you
thought
think?
you wouldn't? I don't know.
Me too. I don't know. For some reason, I just think nobody likes this song. So I'm surprised
No,
both you and Isaac like it.
I think this is quite easily qualifying. The vocals are excellent, and if they nail the staging and the choreography, I can't see a way that this is not qualifying. And it's great for Georgia. Even qualifying to the final is a breakthrough that Latvia, unfortunately, we can't see making this year. But at least Georgia, happy to see them in the final once again. And what happens in the final, that's another topic, and it depends so much on the running order as well. So not going to predict that, but it's going to the final.
What happens in the finals stays in the finals. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. I can stop streaming right now. I can sleep and I'm really happy that everyone likes Georgia. Everybody likes Georgia. Wow. Okay, we are moving on to Belgium with Musti, and I was gonna say when the party's over, but before the party's over. Not when it's over, before the party's over. I'm gonna start with my Estonian correspondent because I see love coming towards Belgium's way from Estonia.
Can you feel the love tonight? Yeah.
I think-
I love the song. The studio version is excellent. The first impact is powerful. However, it is kind of on a downward trajectory for me. Maybe I've listened to it too much. That definitely could have an impact, but just the live performances that we've seen in different shows and pre-parties have been unstable. Some have been good, some have
Like
been
my life.
borderline terrible. And I can see how much Musti is in the song, and it's excellent that the song wasn't written specifically for Eurovision. That definitely shows it is a quality song that will do well with the juries. And I think if everything goes well, the vocals are excellent, the staging is excellent, everything works, the running order is excellent, I think this is in the running for winning Eurovision. I think it's a long shot, but I wouldn't rule it out completely if everything goes well.
To
However,
win?
at this, yes. However, at this point, seeing the live performances, just something is missing. He has the energy, but somehow it doesn't translate. But I can't really see it not qualifying to the final. And I think this is one of the songs that will do well with both the jury and the televote, especially with the jury. But again, if everything goes well, if the vocals are perfect, if the staging is perfect. So I'm excited to see what they can do live. I love the song, but mostly right now as the studio version and not as the live performance.
Wow. I'm just surprised you think this can win.
It's a long shot, but I think if everything goes well, it is a possible winner. Not likely, possible.
And how many possible winners do you have? Just for me to understand the magnitude of this prediction.
I would say about 6 to 8.
Okay. Yeah. I can see this doing very well in the jury, for example. But
Again, if the vocals are good, which haven't been always good and sometimes really off. Was it like Madrid or some pre-party? It was just awful, or London maybe, but that was just one day after the last performance. So I'm hoping for the best. I think it qualifies. Let's see what happens.
Isaac PIMM.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with all of that, to be honest.
Can I just say one thing, Isaac?
Yeah.
When ESTON and Irvin are here, they do not agree on a single thing. And I know you and Irvin on Bubble do not agree on a single thing.
So we must agree on everything.
Yeah.
ESTON, I found you a friend.
Yes.
No, yeah, I agree with all of that. It's been slowly falling down my personal rankings, but not just because of the performances of the pre-parties. Because I went to London Eurovision party, and at the end of the night, I kind of forgot that I even saw this, to be honest. But not just because of that. I feel like as the months have gone on and we've been playing the playlists and listening to all the songs over and over again, others have just grown on me more, whereas this one hasn't. And not necessarily it's been getting worse, but others I'm like, hey, this is actually really good, and they've been going up. So this one's just sort of fallen as a result. But yeah, this will probably still do very well. I mean, at the end of the day, the first listen is what matters, because that's what most people watching are going to vote on. And on first listen, I think we all love this a lot. So maybe it's just because we've all played it too many times. I don't know. It's definitely hard to say right now how well this will do, because we haven't seen the staging, but it does need to have something that's going to be memorable, because if it doesn't, then this could do a lot worse than we expect. I think it will qualify whatever happens, but it could come like 5th in the final, or it could come like 19th. It just it really depends how this is staged, but I still like it a lot. It just hasn't lived up to the potential that I hoped it would so far.
Staging wise, I hope they can use the microphones all around, because that would be quite effective.
Yeah.
Oh no, I really disagree with you. I think that has been done to death, and I really don't like it. Sorry.
When has that been done in Eurovision?
Well, in Eurovision, no, but we've seen it at least 2 or 3 times in national finals. I remember seeing it with Agone. We saw it with there was someone in Melody Festival who did it last year as well, and I've seen it another time. I swear.
Restitute music video.
Yes, there we go. I thought it was someone in Malta, but I couldn't remember who. I mean, I know that Eurovision fans will not know Greta Thunberg for all the good reasons, but I'm just like, if we're gonna have an image like that, please make it original. And I don't think the microphones are original at this point. I was gonna ask you, Isaac. You've been at London Eurovision Party. How was he live? Because I think that was the performance that started getting us all scratching our heads.
I mean, I was drunk. I don't even really remember half.
Oh,
But I think the main thing that stood out to me is the next day when I was sort of reminiscing on it, I didn't really even remember seeing this, to be honest.
I mean, you were drunk.
You were just blacked out. Yeah.
But not just because of that. I mean, like, it just didn't stand out. There were so many others that really caught my attention, and this just kind of passed me by.
Was it at least Belgian beer you were drinking?
I don't know.
All right.
Becca, what are we thinking? I see you there contemplating. I see you.
I mean, as you guys said, I mean, I loved the song the minute I heard it, but now the more I listen to it, the more it's kind of like it's not doing anything to me anymore. I don't think, I think it has a 50-50 chance of going to the final. I know not a lot of people are a fan of this song. Then again, it depends on I can't even speak. It all depends on how he performs that night. I haven't seen him at the pre-party. I haven't watched him, so I don't know how his vocals really are. But I mean, the studio version, I really like it. But I can see that slowly, you know, you don't really, it does not give you the same hype or feeling as the first time as you listen to it. So really it's like more of a 50-50% chance of whether this is going to go to the final or not.
Yeah, he has been pitchy at the pre-parties. He's been very pitchy. More than the pre-parties. I didn't watch the London performance actually, but I watched the performance he did on a TV show lately. And the last 45 seconds, he couldn't get a note in there. Like, it was pitchy with a capital P-I-T-C-H-Y. It was pitchy. It was really pitchy. And he has been a bit inconsistent in the pre-parties. I think he needs to take a Xanax. He needs to take a Xanax. You know,
Poor
Xanax.
guy.
Like,
He's a little bit too excited at some point, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
just
a little
from
bit
the beginning, you can be excited and there at the end, but I feel like he himself reaches the climax too early.
Before the party's over. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say.
Hera Björk can feel it coming.
I was gonna say I wouldn't want to be stuck in a room with him and Nutsa Buzaladze, because I think I just have an anxiety attack. Even though the personalities are good, but it's true. Yeah, it's true. Oh, I would want to be stuck in a room with him. He sounds like a lovely, really, really intelligent guy. But we've talked about Croatia already. What I was going to say about Belgium is, yeah, he needs to take a Xanax. I'm going to leave it at that. Anyone who's watching right now, reminders, my content is free. Come and subscribe, and come and watch us next week for the Big Five and the host country conversation. And for you, if you want to watch this on the replay, I have chapters in the description box. So if you want to skip to the country you want to listen to us talk about, you can just click on it. And you can also do the same for the live streams in the last weeks where we talked about Semi 1 and the first half of Semi-Final 2. I'm going to pull up a comment here. It will be a flop, I think. And I'm guessing Olivier is talking to us about La Belgique. Yeah, I'm hearing this a lot lately about Belgium. And it's true what you guys said. I find myself skipping the song now, but when it was released, I would be playing it a lot. Do we really think that there is a chance for this to be maybe a shock non-qualifier?
It's hard to say. I mean, right now I feel like it has to qualify.
Yeah.
But then, to be fair, we said the same thing about Senek 7 years ago, whenever that was, and that was a shock. So who knows?
I mean, but that semi was just packed. That was
What is this one?
that was
Chocolate
not
I would
versus-
argue this one's better, to be honest. But
I think this is a better semi-final. Yeah.
yeah,
I think the top 10 are quite clear, and others are long shots. Like the betting gods show right now, it seems like the top 10 is quite certain. And like we discussed as well, it might be dropping for us, but for people that watch it for the first time, this will stand out. And we don't have many songs like this, if any at all. So it should qualify, really.
I think that is why the execution on Belgium is gonna make it or break it. Because we heard the song the first time with that beautiful music video, with all of that smoke, with all of that body paint. The execution on the first listen for us was perfect. So if the staging is messy and the live vocals are pitchy, I think viewers who watch this for the first time will not have the same experience as what we had on the first listen. So maybe that could do some things. But then again, you know, if we're talking about Belgium potentially crashing out, I have to look at who's voting in the semi-final, and both the Netherlands and France are voting here. So even if Belgium could lose some momentum, I think a friend or two might save them. I think this is qualifying, but I do agree that it does. Like, if there's a potential country that could underwhelm, apart from Austria, who we talked about last week, I think in this half particularly, it could be no one else but Belgium. No one else.
But
And we
then
know.
again, someone has to qualify instead of Belgium, and who's that gonna be? Latvia? Denmark?
Honestly,
Really? I
I
don't see.
like if Belgium was the one that could wobble a little bit, I could see Latvia.
yeah.
I could see Latvia come there, but now I have to acknowledge that I'm always flying the Latvian flag, so I'm a little bit biased towards Latvia. I
At
would
least we
never
know-
be sad.
At least we know that Don's will be vocally there
Yeah,
because he never hasn't been.
I just wish that song wasn't Latvian. I would sell a kid.
that wouldn't save it. It's still.
I don't think it would save it, but I think, I don't know. We can wish. We can wish. Can I wish, please? Let me wish. Wish. While I'm in Fantasyland. Yeah, Belgium. I guess we will see. Moving on. Oh yeah. I said no.
Kuulan
Happy with the
seda,
lyrics, Eston.
saab huugama ära. Meid kuulda on täna. Asekott vii ära. Ma ei tea narkootikume, limpsidi enne siidrit. Vahet ma ei suudaks teha vitamiinid spiidi.
Ooh. And it's only fair that you kick us off about Pull-up and Visminust with wait, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you my nendest narkootikumidest ei tea me küll midagi.
Wow.
Very impressive.
How many times did you practice that?
2 years in Finland.
Gotcha. Okay, well, it's time to spill some tea, I guess. So
Well, our pots are ready.
I was in the Eesti Laul preliminary and semifinal jury this year, and I had to listen to 215 songs that were submitted.
Wow, you
When
and
I
Isaac
listened-
have really become friends. You've got stuff in common.
Yeah, listening to hundreds of songs.
Jeez.
And
It must be very boring and long.
it depends. Long for sure. The thing was, recently we had a family tragedy, and I was not in the mood for this kind of song. It just sounded silly and just stupid for me. I didn't recognize the bands, and I think I didn't even listen to it all the way through, maybe skipping it just 10-20 seconds beforehand. And we had to rank them 0 to 5. I ranked it as 0. I'm sorry, Viis Miinust, I'm sorry, Puulup, and I'm so happy that other jury members were in the mood for some party, because this is fantastic. It is huge in Estonia. Kindergarten kids are singing about drugs without knowing that they are. And this
Yeah, what's the song
is
even
an-
about?
they don't know anything about these drugs. It's basically they're explaining. For example, you can imagine that, you know, the police came to their cottage, their summer house, and were kind of busted, and they're just saying like, look, I can't even make the difference between vitamin and speed. I really don't know anything about the drugs. What are you talking about? In general.
But
that's
just
what
because
the
they
topic
look
is
like the
about.
way they look, the police would go into their house.
Because especially for Viis Miinust, and the song actually started when they were driving to a band camp. That was going to be the first band camp with the two bands. And in the car, Puulup guys were discussing like, we've been in the music business for quite a while, and we're quite famous in Estonia and elsewhere as well, but we still don't know anything about drugs. And Viis Miinust, on the other hand, they are commonly associated with, oh, they definitely do some drugs. So that's where the ball started rolling, and they wrote the song in an hour, basically. And that is the first song of the album that they wrote. And one of them was like, hey, guys, let's send it to Eurovision. All of them laughed and like, you're stupid, let's not do that. And then, oh, wait, maybe actually we might. I'm hoping this does well, because this would open the door for so many bands that I want to see in Eurovision from Estonia that are a little bit alternative, that mix traditional and pop sounds. And this is just, it has to do well. Estonia right now has the record of 100% qualification with Estonian language songs. So I'm just praying that it doesn't end here. I am a little bit worried, especially since Netherlands is coming later on. It will end the show, and I think there's a bit of an overlap, and they will eat up some of Estonia's potential points. We don't have many friends in the semifinal. I think out of 8 or 9 countries that have given Estonia the most points in history, only one is in the semifinal. So we don't have any friends to count on. It's just purely the performance, and if Europeans are in the mood for some party. So I'm worried, but hopeful.
Wow. Becca, do you know anything about these drugs?
Why would I know anything about these drugs?
Because you look like someone who would know something about these drugs.
Well, I don't know.
Where is your meth lab?
Come to Malta, and then I'll tell you exactly where it is.
So you know something about the drugs. Busted. There we go.
Caught at the action. But really, what do you think about these drugs?
Why the drugs though? I mean,
should I say the name of the song again? Really? Like, do you need me to do it?
I
Estonia.
I know it's Estonia.
Nendest narkootikumidest ei tea me küll midagi. Please, Becca, tell us your opinion.
Okay,
I have a co-host.
So at first I was like, what the hell am I listening to? I wasn't really a big fan of the song at first, but the more I listened to it, I was like, okay, maybe there's potential in this song. And all of a sudden, I'm vibing to it. I mean, as I said before, I didn't even know what the song is about. I mean, I know there was like the police involved, but I didn't even care of what the song could be even about. It's a really good song, and it's a good song for you to have a really good time with, you know. So, and I think that on this stage, I think it's really gonna come together, and I think people are really gonna vibe to it. And especially that it's in Estonian, it makes it even more unique, more authentic, something different than rather like speak out rather than singing in English. So yeah, I really can't wait to see them perform, and hopefully maybe I understand better what the song is about, and then I'll have a good time.
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe learn some Estonian.
Na, na, na. Ah, na, 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 na.
Now,
Ah,
Sean, the next
really?
task is for you to learn the lyrics as well.
Oh my days.
No.
I'm
We're
gonna need
going
more
to
than,
Malmo. We need to. Oh, you're not going to be for the second
no,
semifinal, but
and I'm gonna need more than 2 years for that. Hey. No, you know, I'm actually quite good at languages. I can like if someone told me I have to sing this in a bar, I can learn the lyrics in a week.
karaoke in Copenhagen. Let's go. You have a few weeks.
Oh my god, yes. Seriously. Don't make promises like these because you know I will.
Let's do that.
Done.
Let's
Done.
do that.
The evidence is here. So if I complain about ESTON not taking me to karaoke in Copenhagen, you know the evidence
And
is
we're
here.
performing this song.
Oh god, I gotta get my notebook out. I'll do it.
So
Challenge accepted.
there we go.
Okay.
There we go. Video, new video idea.
I love this song. I absolutely love this song. I wasn't here for it in the beginning because this year I had a difficult relationship with Eesti Laul. The minute I realized that we're getting one semi-final and a really stripped down national final, I was like, I was like, I don't know. And then Gerd ESTON SEPP, I asked him, what are songs like? And he was on the jury. He was like, well, this year we got problems. He was like, only Olli. And I was like, okay, Olli needs to go to Eurovision. I loved his song last year. And I liked his song this year. And then I heard this one. And I'm like, do you know what? Estonia needs to send this bloody song. Like, Olli can wait another year or two. Estonia needs to send this bloody song. This is excellent. I love this. It really reminds me of, great, fun Eurovision songs from the 2000s. Something like "We Are the Winners of Eurovision," but I didn't even like that one. But this one I love. Something like, I don't know.
Alcohol is free.
Oh, yes, that was amazing. That was amazing. Yeah, stuff like this. The only thing, I need the staging and the performance to have a theme. Come on now, I cannot have 6 men in black suits with a yellow background doing a choreography that is okay. Like, I need a theme. I need a theme. I need something to go on. And I know Estonia is the queen of keeping it simple, and they probably will keep it simple in Malmö. But I think I need this. I need this to have a theme so that viewers can have something to latch on to remember this. Because at where it stands right now, it doesn't have the visual identity that it needs to really stick in people's minds. I'm not saying that songs need visual identities, but this one, we're not necessarily getting a vocal. It's a song in a native language, so they can't even. Most people won't know what they're talking about. We need a visual identity to explain something. And more than anything, I'm with ESTON here. I need this. I need this in the final. I think it will qualify. Actually. Alika last year qualified easily. Yes, she came 10th, but the difference between 10th and 11th was around 40 points, if I remember correctly. This should qualify quite easily. And I need it in the final because I need Estonia to start sending stuff like this. This is big in Estonia, like Eston said. I realized this from the amount of views I got on my channel for my reaction to the Estonian song. This is huge in Estonia. People are getting into Eurovision because of these bands. I think people that weren't normally into Eurovision in Estonia are checking for it because of these bands. The native language. Estonia is not a country that I associate with sending risky stuff to Eurovision. I need them to start sending risks because this is great. This is great. And I'm surprised you told me that the 100% success rate is with the Estonian native language. What about Let Us Vet?
What about it? There was no Estonian there.
What was the song in?
It was in Serbian, German, Finnish.
I thought it was in Estonian.
Maybe something else. No, there was no Estonian.
I am wrong then. Okay. Well, that's really Neokuzu.
That was in Võro language. That is a different language inside of Estonia.
When was the last? When did you ever have a song in Estonian except 12 and 13? Then
Rändajad, 2009.
okay.
And then before
Kula.
that, we just had a big spell of not qualifying.
Right.
Cool, of course, 2013, Birgit Õigemeel. But yeah, I mean, at least I'm optimistic by the staging-wise, because they have said multiple times that they're dealing with the things that people have wrote to them, and that has already been the plan. New costumes are on the way, modified slightly, but still. So I'm really hopeful. And I
can do
think
with the
one
costume.
reason that maybe new people in Estonia are gonna watch Eurovision this year is because none of those bands, really, the fan bases are likely gonna be Eurovision fans. So hopefully they will stick to watching that.
Amen. Helena Nicolau. Hello again, Helena. I think you were one of the people who started watching my live streams from last week because I had so many nice things to say about Greece as opposed to my friend from Estonia. But Helena Nicolau is not a person who holds grudges. She likes Estonia, especially the traditional instrument and fun dance. I believe they will qualify. I think so too. And we have someone from Croatia. Dobar
Rim tim
večer.
tagidim to you.
Rim tim tagidim. Let's go to Zagreb.
Meow brankica, meow back.
Exactly. Moving on, we are in Norway. From Estonia, we are in Norway. And you'll know this is one of my favorite songs this year. But I'm going to start with ESTON. What do you think of Norge?
In the national selection, I
Don't
did
breathe
at the
like
time...
that. You make me nervous.
Let me finish, please.
Let me start.
I did prefer at the time Kano.
So did I.
But I could understand why this was so popular and why the Norwegians loved this. When it won, I absolutely understood why people are obsessed with it, why they love it so much. I could see the quality, I could hear the quality. The staging is excellent, the stage presence is excellent, the song is very well written. There's traditional elements, there's a 1,000-year-old story, there's, like Estonia, a traditional instrument. Everything is there. I just personally couldn't connect with the song. I could see why it's loved, I could see why it's popular, but it just didn't reach here. And still, I'm not fully there, but I'm not skipping the song. I absolutely love the performance. And although for me it's still not really a listening song, I think all of it combined with the staging and the excellent vocals, it just works. And although I think it has no chance of winning, if everything goes well, I could potentially see it coming top 5. Top 10 would be, I think, quite certain because it stands out no matter what. It is the only one of its kind this year, and again, like we just discussed with Estonia, it would send the right signal to Norway. And although I'm not personally fully there yet, hopefully I will be in Malmö because I really can see the quality in this. So there you go, Sean. Not all has to be bad.
Yeah, you've come a long way. I am so like for a minute I almost had an anxiety attack, but yeah. Also, I stand behind my comment that you and Isaac will be besties by the end of this live stream because you wanted Kano to win Melody Grand Prix, and I'm gonna give the floor to my fellow Kano Stan, Isaac. Let's come on. Like now, fuck it. we lost Kano, but what are we thinking of Gåte?
Oh, such mixed opinions on this one. I mean, like, yeah, again, I pretty much agree with everything that was just said, to be honest. Didn't want this to win, but wasn't that shocked when it did. And I do like it a lot. I'm still a bit annoyed that it won, but you know, moving past that, this has grown on me. And at London Eurovision Party, this was one of the ones that stood out to me. I think when you hear the vocals live, even when you watch the live performance, but especially in person, it really sort of is very effective. Makes you feel something. And yeah, it does stand out, I think. We don't have many rocky entries this year. I mean, we've got San Marino, but it's not really comparable to this. It's hard to say how well it will do because it's the kind of thing I can see a lot of people liking, but it doesn't have a very catchy hook. And like, I don't really know what they're going to show in the recap that will make people sing along and go, oh yeah, that song. Like, they'll remember it visually, but I don't know if enough people will sort of sing along and have it in their head that they'll want to vote for it. So it's another one that's hard to guess exactly where it will come, I think. But yeah, the staging is really good and the vocals are great. And I like the song quite a lot, but not to the point where I'd say that I love it.
Yeah, I mean, that was very fair commentary by the both of you, by the way. That was very fair commentary. Becca, before I go to myself, Becca, very quickly, we heard this in Melfest weekend.
Oh, they were good. I mean, I was not rooting for them. I was rooting for Kano. But then, I mean, I've heard them live, and I have to say, I mean, I guess Norway made a very good decisions because they were fantastic. So good for them. Can't wait to see them live to see actually what comes out of it, though. I mean, as I wasn't really a person who was rooting for them, so I didn't really pay that much attention. But I mean, I said it before, they were really, really, really good. So I think they actually can make it to the final very comfortably.
Yeah, I absolutely love this. It's a house united. I was Team Kano. I will always be Team Kano. Even if they sing Happy Birthday in Melody Grand Prix, I will always be Team Kano. I'm just... The Spirit in the Sky is my favorite ever Eurovision song. And I just love that band. And I was so elated to see them live in Melody Festival this year in the after party. People love them and respect them so much. Like, it is not every day that after every song you get a 20-second, no, what am I saying, 40-second chant, Kano, Kano, Kano. Loreen could only dream. I'm just gonna say, Loreen can only dream. This is excellent. A lot of this for me is the same with Estonia. I'm so happy Norway is sending something risky, something in Norwegian, something ethnic, something folk, something that is showcasing a side to Norwegian musical culture that we have not seen at Eurovision for a very long time. Epix Eurovision stats guy. When was the last time we had a song in Norwegian at Eurovision?
That was Jesus. I don't even remember. I don't know.
Yeah,
were any of us alive when that previously
I
happened?
don't think so.
Probably.
I think 2006. Alved Dansen.
That was what I was going to say.
I think 2006.
Yeah.
Yeah, surely. Wow, almost 20 years. And we have a song in Norwegian. I need this in the final. I need this in the top 10. However, I think it will make it to the final. I don't know about the rest though. I'm too. After what happened with Blanca Paloma last year, I'm like, anything that is raw and ethnic in that way, I'm very nervous for. And this one, I'm a little bit. This year, my fears are with Greece and with Norway. And I feel like with Greece, there's an expectancy, whereas with Norway, people don't expect to hear that kind of stuff. And
I think Norway will do better than Greece. Greece will have the AI effect, and Norway will slay.
it will be interesting to see. It will be interesting to see, and I'm going to leave it at that. Onyx is hi from Armenia. Pare arego.
Hello.
Onik. I really wanted to go to Armenia this year, but I'm not going at least until September. And someone asks if we're talking about rehearsals, and if so, how good was the Netherlands? Well, hello, Used Klein. I don't know who you are, but I'm guessing you are from the Netherlands. And we are not talking about rehearsals just yet, but thank you for providing a transition, because the next song we're going to talk about is La Gomme en Europa, plein fito lectotra, Europapa.
Europapa.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm going to make this short and sweet, which is why I'm going to start. Last year, the Netherlands had a complete nepotism disaster, which I was so happy to see not make the final. I was elated. Like, when I'm happy to see Malta qualify, I was, in terms of my emotion, it was the same when I saw the Netherlands crash out last year. And this year, no country has learned their lesson more than the Netherlands has this year. Thank God for all televote semifinals. Can I just say, remember in November 2022, everyone was like, oh, what a bad idea to have all televote semifinals. Eurovision is going to be a joke show again. Thank God. Thank Jesus. Thank the Lords above for all televote semifinals. Because we have songs like these. This feels so European. This feels so what makes us European? It's such a diverse continent. We've got countries from Estonia to the United Kingdom, Sweden to Malta, Iceland to Albania. It's such a diverse continent. But this really, really feels like a European song, a European beat, something I hear in the clubs, something I hear on the radio, something I hear, I don't know, in festivals maybe. This feels so European in all the good ways. And it's in Dutch. It's in Dutch. I have to say, so many people say, Dutch is not the most beautiful language. I love Dutch on this song. And I like Dutch on 2022. De Diepte by Steen. In conclusion, I think this is excellent. Joost Klein is a smart conceptual artist who will grow in my estimation and in my respect, like the likes of Constructa in Eurovision dictionaries. And I think the song is definitely winning the semi-final. I think it could win the televote in the final. I think it could win Eurovision. Over and out, ESTON.
Right.
Right.
Definitely winning this semi-final. I think there's no doubt. Ending the show with a bang and just stealing all the televotes, leaving no crumbs behind. No question. It is in the running for the victory of Eurovision. I think televote victory, it's competing with Croatia. And I don't really think anyone's in the competition for the televote victory there. Sorry, Becca, I'm boring you. But
I'm not.
Guts.
I'm not a big fan of this song, so
Joost Klein is boring you. Well, okay, we'll get to
maybe
you.
a bit.
Yeah, hold on to that, Becca. I'm gonna cut you in a bit.
But yeah, I like it. I liked it from the beginning, and I think it's even growing on me. The only slight negative is Joost doesn't, sing that much, and he's using the backing vocals as much as possible, but the rules allow it, so he can't complain for it. Otherwise, it is such a fun song in Dutch. Well, in German, I guess, as well, and some other languages and countries mentioned. That typically is not a winning formula, but the song definitely could be. And yeah, this is excellent from the Netherlands, and I wouldn't mind this winning at all. Although Croatia is my favorite, this would be an excellent winner as well, and it all just depends how they will do with the jury vote.
Lagom in Europa, Black Fitolik Todha. Isaac.
Yeah, I've seen a few people say that he's not really singing that much in it. But I mean, you could pretty much say the same thing about Carrier. I mean, there's just as
about to
much
say, thank you.
in the vocal, you know, cha-cha-cha and Europapa. There's not a huge amount of vocability neither. Yeah, this is my favorite song of the whole year. And I think it could win, and I hope it does win. It would, if it did win, I think to people who have never seen Eurovision before, it would be like almost the example of what a Eurovision winner would look like. It kind of covers everything that you want a Eurovision winner to have in it. The sort of
what
sound.
Americans think Europe is like, and what Eurovision is
Yeah.
like.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but
like Europapa.
the authenticity brings the sound of the song, the lyrics, the meaning, the message, and hopefully the staging. Yeah, I mean, I think to probably win the semi. I'm not as confident as you are that I still think Switzerland could win the semi. Maybe. But yeah, when this makes it to the final, it's really going to come down to whatever the staging is, and I've got a good feeling that it's going to be something that will blow people away. It seems to me at least that it's going that way, that everything's sort of been very quiet and they're saving something special for the Netherlands performance. Yeah, I mean, the song is just incredible. It does the perfect thing of straddling the line between being comedic and entertaining, but then having the deep message and the perfect little piano ending. It's just going to come down to how they stage it, but hopefully they've got that sorted, and we'll see pretty soon. Yeah.
I hate to end things on a cloudy mood. Becca, this is news to me.
Not on a cloudy mood. It's just, it is a good song, and it does get
Partly cloudy.
It does get you hyped, and it is a representation of what it is to be a European. I mean, it is a European song. It's just, I don't really get the hype of the song. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I feel there are better songs compared to this one. I think it definitely is going to do very well. It's just for it to actually win Eurovision. I mean, I feel it's gonna be like there's Croatia, like on the same level as the Netherlands, there's Croatia, and I don't think we need two songs nearly the same kind of vibe. I think one song is enough, and I don't think Netherlands is really doing it for me this year. But it's a good song, and I still vibe with it, and as I said before, I think it's going to do well. It's just, you know, I'm not like super obsessed with the song, you know. It's just there. I mean, I would prefer.
As Debin would say, you're not completely mesmerized and wowed.
No, unfortunately, no.
Where is this in your top 37?
Oh no, I think it would be maybe 8th, 9th.
Oh,
That's very high. Come on.
Lagom in Europa.
Oh no, it's not gonna be towards the end. No, I know. I mean, it's a good song, but just I'm not hyped about it. I mean, if I had to choose between Croatia and Netherlands, I'm gonna choose Croatia.
Listen, you had to be the lukewarm water to even out the boiling temperatures that Isaac, Eston, and myself have given off on this live stream with regards to the Netherlands. But that's it. We have talked about all semi-finalists, and we have talked about 31 songs. Jesus Christ, wow.
Jeez.
We're not done. We aren't done. Next week, we're going to be talking about the Big Five and the host country. And I'm going to pull up one last comment here from Helena. Is any of you guys going to Sweden? Would you do live streams when the rehearsals begin? Well, Helena, Eston and myself will be in Sweden. Isaac will be in Sweden as well. Actually, we're going to be in Copenhagen. But obviously, we're going to be in Sweden for Eurovision. And I will be having live streams on Eurovision week. And this is actually a reminder to all of you watching my live stream right now. As every year, nothing's changed this year. We will be having prediction live streams for each semi-final, the final, and then we're gonna have a results kind of analysis on Sunday. So check out my channel, put it in the calendars. I've got my scheduling there. I'm only telling you this because I genuinely don't remember when I have live streams off the top of my head right now. So check my scheduled live streams on my channel so you can put them on your calendar, Ms. Helena Nicolau. And thank you for the question. Give me a great transition and a good excuse to remind people of my content. Isaac, Becca, and Eston, the pleasure is mine. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on this lovely conversation. I am nearly finished with my drink. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Come and watch this live stream on the replay if you haven't already. Well, actually, if you watch it on the replay, by the time you hear this, you would have already watched this. Whatever, you get what I mean. Thank you for every view, really, this year with the live streams. We've been having lots of people interacting, and I'm very grateful for a 24-year-old boy with no ties to any delegation and house at Eurovision. I am very, very eternally grateful to be doing this and to have people actually watching it with me. Thank you. Subscribe, comment, follow me on Instagram, Threads, Twitter, and TikTok. You can find Eston on his channel. You can find Isaac on ESCBubble. And you can find Becca on my live streams. See you next week. Have a good night, Europe.